Let's get started with our first news. Tom Aspenol says he wants to fight twice this year, following the big retirement announcement of Jon Jones and Tom officially becoming the undisputed UFC heavyweight champion. After being sidelined for quite a while, he's made it clear he's not happy about wasting any more time sitting out. He wants to stay as active as possible during his reign. In a recent interview with the Diary of a CEO, Tom explained that he's determined to push himself and take advantage of the momentum he's got as champion. He said, "Yeah, I'm going to be fighting hopefully twice this year. That's my plan at least. I think I've wasted enough time. We're looking to get a fight booked quick. It's looking like it's going to be pretty soon anyway. Hopefully, if everything goes well in the first one and I'm uninjured, which is, easier said than done getting through a fight with a guy my size and coming out with no injuries. But if I can do that, I'd like to fight at the end of the year as well." This statement shows Tom is incredibly focused and determined to make up for lost time. He knows the heavyweight division needs an active champion who isn't afraid to test himself against the best. He doesn't want to be remembered as someone who sat on the belt, and he's ready to put in the work to prove he's the real deal. Right now, the opponent most likely to face Tom next is Cyril Gane. Gane recently spoke on UFC Unfiltered, confirming that his manager has already been in touch with Hunter Campbell. According to Gane, their team believes the title fight with Tom is next. This is exactly the type of high-level matchup that fans have been waiting for. Both fighters have top-tier skills and contrasting styles that promise an exciting clash. It's the kind of fight that brings real attention back to the heavyweight division. Fans want to see champions who step up, who stay busy, and who defend their title against dangerous opponents. Tom seems more than ready to answer that call in a big way this year, giving the UFC the kind of marquee championship fights that define eras and keep the sport moving forward with real excitement. Moving on to our second news story, Charles Oliveira says he's planning to walk forward in his fight with Ilia Topuria. Oliveira is confident he's going to reclaim the UFC lightweight title this weekend. He knows it's a huge opportunity to solidify his legacy. Earlier this week, Topuria said that he's usually the one pressing forward in fights, but since Oliveira does the same, he thinks he'll finish Charles in 2 to 3 minutes. That's an incredibly bold prediction, and it set the stage for a classic clash of styles. But Oliveira made it clear he has no plans to change who he is. He's going to walk forward. He's going to fight with his usual aggressive style. He said it's enormous. When he talks about legacy, that's what he's referring to. He wants to fight for the title and take the opportunity to increase his legacy even further. Oliveira said he just wants to be himself in there. He said it's always about pushing forward, charging forward, walking forward. That's what he does. That's what made him a champion before, and he believes it's gonna make him a champion again. He talked about how much he's worked to become a champion and how sure he is that he's gonna do it again. He respects Topuria a lot, but says Topuria's story is his legacy to write over. He said the UFC always puts people in front of him when they want to test someone, and when they do, he just keeps doing what he does. He said he respects Ilia, but this is about making history. He said he's illuminated right now. He told everyone to listen carefully because he's going to be a champion again. That's pure confidence, pure aggression, and it sets the stage for an incredible fight. Oliveira has always been a forward pressure fighter, taking risks to finish his opponents. Even after all the damage he's taken in previous wars, he's not backing down. He believes that's who he is at his core. It's a dangerous approach, but it's also what made him beloved. It shows his belief in his own finishing ability, his resilience, and his warrior mentality. This fight has all the ingredients to be a classic. Both guys promise aggression. Both guys say they'll walk forward. Both guys are confident they'll finish the other. That's the kind of matchup that gets fans excited, and it's exactly what the UFC wants when they book a title fight at lightweight. Moving on to another big story, Islam Makhachev admits Jack Della Maddalena will be a tough fight. Islam explained why he made the surprising decision to move up to welterweight to challenge Jack for the belt. A lot of fans didn't see this coming, but Islam says it was the right time to make the move. Speaking with MMA Junkie, Islam said, "Because right now it's the best time. I was waiting for Arman Tsarukyan because he also has a very good win streak and people were waiting for this fight. He pulled out of the last fight and I don't see some interesting fights in my division. That's why I made the decision to move up." He explained that there is a new champion at welterweight now. He described Jack Della Maddalena as a very good fighter. Islam said this is the kind of fight that motivates him, that makes him wake up early every morning to train. He acknowledged it's not going to be an easy fight at all. He said when Jack first got to the UFC, he had issues with wrestling, but now he's improved a lot because he's training with grapplers and wrestlers. Islam said that's why Jack is a champion right now. He's good everywhere. He also shared details about his meeting with Hunter Campbell. A lot of fans speculated about other fights, like against Ilia Topuria, but Islam cleared that up. He said Hunter Campbell didn't come to make a fight with Topuria. He was here, and we talked about the fight against the winner between Madalena and Bilal. He told me, I know Bilal is your friend, but this is a sport. Shake hands, fight, respect after the fight, and that's it. Just see who is the best fighter in the world. Islam said they had a big discussion about it. He told Hunter, let's wait for the fight. When Bilal fights Madalena, we will see after that what we have to do. He also talked about how he fought Renato Moicano at UFC 311 in Los Angeles. Hunter came to his locker room afterward and told him, any day you want to move up, you have the opportunity. Just tell us. Islam said he still wants to hold the lightweight belt, but it's complicated. He explained he can't hold on to it for more than a year without defending it. He fought in January, so if he waits until October or November for the welterweight fight, he won't be able to defend lightweight until February, and Ramadan starts around then. He said holding it for over a year is not something he wants to do. He admitted the fight with Jack will be tough. He watched Jack's fight against Bilal and was impressed. He said Jack is good everywhere now and has become the kind of complete fighter that makes this a very difficult matchup. He acknowledged that it's going to be a hard fight, but said that's the type of challenge he wants. He wants to prove he's the best fighter in the world, and he knows the only way to do that is to take on the toughest fights available. Islam doesn't want easy matchups or soft defenses. He wants the kind of fights that push him, that force him to evolve. That's why he's moving up to welterweight, even though he knows it's going to be dangerous. Finally, let's talk about Ilia Topuria and his plans if he becomes the new UFC lightweight champion. Ilia has made it crystal clear that he's not interested in defending the belt against Islam Makhachev. If Islam loses to Jack Della Maddalena at welterweight and then tries to drop back down for another title shot, Ilia was blunt about it. He said, if he loses, I'll give him nothing. If he loses, nothing. Let him get in line. He clearly doesn't think Islam deserves a shot at the lightweight belt if he fails in his move up to welterweight. Ilia believes being a champion means facing only those who have truly earned their place. He doesn't want any shortcuts or special treatment for big names. He wants to fight legitimate contenders who are coming in with momentum and proof they're the best available challengers. He was also asked about Arman Tsarukyan, the official backup fighter for the upcoming title fight this weekend. Ilia didn't hold back about him either. He said he has no interest in granting Arman an immediate title shot. In Ilia's eyes, Arman still hasn't done enough to prove he deserves that level of opportunity. Ilia even shared a personal example to drive the point home. He explained that when he missed weight at featherweight, the UFC didn't just hand him chances. They forced him to move up to the next division, clean up his mistakes, and then work his way back. He said, the UFC once had an incident with me with a weight cut when I was fighting at featherweight. They moved me up to the next division, made me clean up my mistakes, and then I had to come back. So why would they give Arman that opportunity? Ilia's message is crystal clear. He won't be handing out free title shots just because someone is a backup or has some hype. He wants to set a high standard for what it means to be a champion. He wants every contender to earn their chance, just like he did. That attitude shows his strong mindset. He's not just focused on winning the belt. He wants to set an example for the division and show that being champion carries real responsibility. This kind of approach might make him a polarizing figure, but it proves he's serious about protecting the integrity of the title. Ilia says he respects the sport deeply, but he's determined to do things on his own terms. He wants to face the best, but only if they prove themselves by winning the right fights. He doesn't want politics, shortcuts, or easy paths to the belt. These strong positions add even more drama to an already stacked UFC landscape. With Tom Aspinall planning to fight twice this year to make up for lost time, Charles Oliveira vowing to walk forward with aggression to reclaim his belt, Islam Makhachev making the bold move up to welterweight to chase greatness, and Ilia Topuria setting tough standards for future challengers, 2025 is shaping up to be a year of big, dramatic, and meaningful fights that fans won't want to miss.